Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the midday roundup of round 7, day 3 here at Cheshire of the National Horseboarding Championships, Living Heritage Game and Country Fairs. So midday, let's first off the novice team, Chasing Tails, having a real nice time, getting a lot smoother with their times. They've improved so far today. They've got another class to go, obviously another heat to go this afternoon. And they today scored their best time of the weekend, which is 63.16.
Yeah, and starting to work really well together. I think Ash, her boarding's come on over the last few days. She's getting a bit more confident on that heel side. You keep saying she's just holding the rope a bit tight, got it in on her, and it's tipping her up off the board. She hasn't quite started to figure out her angle. She's turning a bit late at times, which is reasons why she's coming off.
I think that's what I would say as well. I think it's more what's improved over the weekend, because we've seen Ash actually go faster around the course when she was with small strides. But I think what's improved over the weekend is more the team gel between them, which, they do that work now. It's going to stick with them for a very long time. Next, we go into the intermediate. Intermediates haven't really changed much, but then all of a sudden it got a little bit interesting towards the end of the first heat today. We have in third place is Pony Express, who've basically been holding on to third place all weekend, and they've got 61.88 seconds. But they are only 2.23 seconds behind 50 Shades of Bay. So what was quite a big gap on the other courses, but now it's a very close cut thing, really. 2.23 seconds. They could possibly do that. If they can do it in one run. We know the pony's basically out of gas, and if they can do one run this afternoon, I think they could do it.
That's something I'd agree with. I mean, it's going to be an ask, I think, this afternoon. Really, realistically, I think they're going to stay in third place. But the pony, for 3/4 of the track, is absolutely flying. And it's just that last little bit of a lap where he's losing the power. And I reckon that's where the 2 seconds are.
Yeah, possibly so. Then second place, 50 Shades of Bay are currently on the averages after today's races over 3 days are relatively secure in second place, but they are a staggering 23.58 seconds, nearly half a minute behind Bruises Easily,
which is the real story, because now they've won this. Yeah, that's it. They've won.
Because you would have to actually to work it out. They would have to, bearing in mind that Bruises Easily's average time now over 3 days is 48.97 seconds. So they would have to they'd have to beat 48, or have to beat 46 seconds. Yeah, they'd have to do this
around the arena.
23 seconds. So that's pretty much a foregone conclusion, I think we could say at this stage. Plus, we've just heard Bruises Easily are pulling the horse from this afternoon and are potentially borrowing another horse from Consider It Done, who aren't racing in the elites this afternoon. So no infringement there. Won't any points be scored or anything, but if they want to have a play in the arena,
I'm just looking forward to see this team in the elite class. I mean, horse rider, board rider gel perfectly together. Saw some epic boarding going on. I mean, I wasn't too happy Reese was taking out my poles and breaking them every 5 minutes. But other than that, I think these guys are going to be top 3, top 4.
Yeah, and that's going to be when it all comes to Sandringham. That will come out in the wash when we get to Sandringham.
Been waiting all year to see them in the elite.
So here we go for the elites, and the elites are very, very, very interesting. So looking at another great day's racing, all very tight. From 7th place is Despicable Minions with 96.62 on the averages.
In 6th place is Consider It Done with an average of 80.47.
And like we say, Richard Team, the board rider from Consider It Done's going home this afternoon. Avoid the traffic. their weekend is pretty much finished. They can't think that they've got a bit of a hill to climb with 12.565 seconds. But you know, over 3 days, it's only 12.65 seconds for a big traditional cob over a half-mile track.
That's good.
You know, it's still very impressive.
But in fifth place is Drag Act with 74.15. Now it starts to get really interesting from this point.
So that's Drag Act in 5th place, who are only 1.27 seconds behind 4th place, which is Dead Pigeon. Dead Pigeon sitting on 74.15 on the averages. 73.52.
But they are 0.16 of a second behind UK Border Force, who is sat in 3rd place with 73.44. And then UK Border Force are 0.05 of a second behind 2nd place, which is Sudden Impact, with a time of 73.41.
So you're looking at one, it's amazing grouping of teams there. And then in 1st place is Chill Winston, and they have a lead of 1.99 seconds.
I have to say, prediction of the weekend, I do win that one.
I would say still things can change, but what is also interesting is the overall championship predicted results if they stay the same. And what that would do at the moment would mean Despicable Minions would be in 10th place with 6 points.
Sudden Impact are in 9th place with 23 points.
Pocket Rocket would be in 8th place with 25 points.
Bored Senseless in 7th place with 27 points.
Chill Winston would be in 6th place with 29 points.
They've only done 3 competitions. They've jumped straight up the table, and they're looking they could potentially take. They're going to take 5th, and they could catch Consider It Done and knock them out of 4th place.
Yeah, Consider It Done are going to have to hold on to that. So Mad Hatter's in 5th with 30 points.
Consider It Done in 4th place with 38 points. But here's where it gets interesting now. If the results stay the same, with Drag Act in 5th place and UK Border Force in 3rd, UK Border Force and Drag Act would both be sat in 2nd place with 52 points in the championship.
Which, you know, but of course, and so which is very tight given that it's going to be who can win over the next 2 rounds of competition. You know, that looks very good indeed, and it's a real story to tell. And of course, in 1st place, even with a 4th place finish, Dead Pigeons would still have an 8-point lead on UK Border Force and Drag Act. But that's not very secure. They could.
Well, remember this time last year they went, well, we're not going to Cheshire. I'm just going to have a rest, chill out. Don't need to even turn up. So I've got that many points.
But you know, exactly. But this year, 2 4th place finishes, or 2 4th, 5th place finishes against 2 1st place finishes for UK Border Force or Drag Act, and Dead Pigeons could end up finishing 2nd.
Do you think Ross is getting a bit old now and he's getting scared when he gets that little bit fast? Ross is actually stood behind the camera right now. So I think he might be getting a little bit scared of hitting the floor.
Well, that's easy when that comes from a guy who just stands in the middle and watches him do it. Okay then, so ladies and gentlemen, there will be more videos going up later on, and for the final roundup, again, these are predicted results. We've got 3 more races in the elites, and we'll find out who eventually will come on top after the end of this massive weekend of horseboarding.
Winning.